This is Jeff. Can I help you?
Hi, Jeff. This is Susan at Waste Management. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Just fine, thank you. I'm calling in regards to, are you a trustee for Bowling Green Township?
No, ma'am. I'm just a resident.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I guess I'm a little confused because I'm not sure you weren't informed that Bowling Green Township was going out to bid.
Well, that's the reason I'm calling. I am a former trustee, and I stay very up on the business and antics, really, of our township.
Mm-hmm.
And I recently observed that they did go ahead and they said they were taking bids, and I did see their ad. And my question...
In what paper?
I saw it in the Newark Advocate. But my question was whether or not there was a reason you did not bid, because the way I understand it, they're taking bids and telling us as residents who we have to purchase through, and I certainly want to see them legitimately take bids and not just take one bid, which is
right.
What they did is one bid. So that's why I'm
all they got was one?
Well, all I can tell you is that they only publicly showed opening one. Now, as far as how many they got, I don't know. All I can do is observe.
Right, right. And I can tell you if they had other bids, they would have had to public open them, as you know. But I did not get, unfortunately, we did not see that or miss that in the Newark Advocate. When did they open bids?
If you tell me what your email address is, I could send you a link to a little video I did that shows the ad.
Okay, yes. My email is S as in Susan, Lent, S-Lent, @WM.com.
I'm sorry, can you spell that first part out again? I'm not sure if I got it right.
S-L-E-N-T.
Oh, okay.
At WM.com. And usually when, we are a hauler in the area, and this is the first time they've ever bid, is that correct?
Well, we've never
had a contract.
We've never been told as residents that we had to purchase from a certain place, no.
So you've never had a contract, that's correct. And I don't think you've ever bid. And like I said, we just did not. Who turned in the only bid they received? Big O?
Yes. I can also, if you're interested, I could show you a video taken at the meeting where they opened the bid.
Okay.
So I can send you those links as well. My interest is as a resident. My question for you basically is why you didn't bid on it. But obviously, if you don't receive a request for a bid and you don't see an ad, I don't know how you could bid.
Right, and a lot of times, like I said, local communities will notify if this is the first time they've ever done it, and they want to make sure they get the most bids available. If they're taking the time to do this, they will normally do a courtesy letter or a phone call or something to the companies in the area to make sure that, like I said, if they're going through this effort, they get the most competitive bids possible.
Okay,
like I said, but they covered their legal requirements, which if they advertised in the local paper on 2 consecutive times, they covered all their legal requirements.
They may have, they may not have. I'm researching that as well.
Okay. Unfortunately, though, we did not receive that notice of the township going out to bid.
Okay, so you can
or missed it and did not get that notice.
So you can confirm that the township did not contact you as a courtesy to let you know this was going to happen.
Not that I'm aware. They did not, and I handle all the bidding, and as you can tell, once you sent the email or your inquiry to our customer service, they sent it on to me knowing that's my area. So no matter how that contact would have happened, I never received a personal contact of that process, no.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. That's the main question I wanted to ask, because I will be informing the public of what I learn, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, and like I said, if they did, I did not, I personally did not receive that notice. So,
okay.
I can tell you that I am unaware of them attempting to contact. And with them only receiving one bid, I would say that would probably be, pretty accurate, unfortunately. Now, the thing they can do, have they awarded the bid?
Yes, they sure did.
I was going to say, because they could actually, if they hadn't already awarded it, throw out the bids and go out to a rebid process.
I would think so, but they have awarded it. I attended that meeting.
They awarded it the night they opened it?
Yes, they did. Like I said, I'll be happy to share that with you. I can email you a link to the...
Because they haven't even, notified us of that either, so that we can work on canceling any of the customers that we would have in the area.
Okay, well, I appreciate you letting me know that.
I mean, when did they award it, though?
Well, from what I'm understanding, it's going to go into effect August 1st.
Okay, but when did they award it? When was it officially awarded?
The last Tuesday of the month is when they have their meetings.
Okay.
So it would have been the last Tuesday
They
of...
may not have had time yet to notify us. And,
Well, if they haven't notified you that they're going to do it, I guess they're taking their time to let you know the rest. So maybe you can help educate me on what happens at this point with customers that do have your service. What's going to happen with them?
well, if they've officially awarded a contract, we will just have to go identify all the customers we service, go into our system and cancel them, effective whatever date the contract starts, and then we will be not allowed to enter the township and collect any customer unfortunately.
Okay, I understand.
Then it'll be up to the current hauler, and that would be Big O, to notify all the residents that they are the new hauler, they're the only hauler they can have. Here's what they have to do to get their service, and go from there.
Okay.
So with us, the only thing we have to do is identify our customers and cancel them, and then it's up to the township and the new hauler to contact all the residents and let them know what they've done.
So that is the township's responsibility.
Or the new hauler. If they put it in the contract that the new hauler has to do that, or if they have an agreement with the new hauler. I know that in a lot of areas where we become the hauler of a contract, then we will, volunteer to the township that, hey, if you get us a mailing list of your, first of all, we need a list of addresses in your township. And once we receive that list, then you'll tell them we'll notify the customers for them. So it depends on if it was required by the contract, or if Big O has volunteered to do that for the township, notify the residents. So it could be a joint, and that's what we try to do, is make it a joint project where the township writes a letter, and then we also notify the residents. So.
But you would still be doing the bidding if you had the the billing if you had the contract.
Yes. Well, if that's what the bid spec said, yes.
Okay. But you don't have a copy of their bid specs,
no,
obviously.
Because obviously I didn't know they were going out to bid.
Sure. Okay.
I don't have a copy of anything, no.
The public doesn't either. The public hasn't been provided with any of this stuff. All the public has seen is possibly the ad and possibly video that I've put out there. Their meeting minutes don't reflect what the contract says or anything.
Right.
But,
because they don't have to. I don't think they just have to make the bid specs public record for anybody who wants to see them, but they don't have to, put all the details in the minutes. Just their process.
Well, the problem is their minutes are only updated to February online, and so they've taken bids and they've made a decision without people even knowing that part's happened yet. But that's.
Did they hold a public hearing to get the residents' input?
No, there were no advertised public hearings for this. I do have a question for you because I have a lot of neighbors that do use your service. Mm-hmm. Obviously, they don't know anything yet, but when they find out, I know that you have to cancel them, but how do you handle, obviously some of them owe you at different times. Do you refund the balance back, or how do you do it?
Yeah, we'll either, yes, if anybody's overpaid, of course, we will, always do the right thing. We refund any balance due to a customer, or if we've got customers that haven't paid us for services we've provided, we'll continue to bill them until we receive payment for any service we've provided up until the date the contract starts.
Okay. Unfortunately, both of us are at a disadvantage and haven't been privy to see the contract. So, but what they're saying is that commercial is still permitted. Is that?
It's probably. Commercial is probably still open market where people can choose what they want.
Okay, and the only way that you can be commercial is to be a registered business then, or can residents get commercial service somehow?
We have, in some areas, rural areas especially, we have some farms that have commercial containers, because a regular residential pickup isn't enough for them. and they may not be registered as a farm, but they have a need for a commercial dumpster, and provide those services for them under an open contract where they have commercial dumpster service. They may not be a commercial dumpster, but they do use a commercial dumpster for their service.
So as a resident, I may have that option still to purchase a commercial dumpster at some point. I could use you in that way?
Yes, if you can get that, basically cleared through the township that you're going to use a commercial dumpster and you don't need residential service, and then I would say absolutely. We would be more than happy to continue to service you.
But I guess that depends on what the contract they've written on our behalf says. Right.
And like I said, as you are probably well aware that you can go in and request a copy of those bid documents and the total copy of the bid submitted by the only bidder, Big O.
Sure, I can do that if I'm lucky enough for them to follow the public record laws, which they have failed in the past. But if our township had a contract with you,
still Daniel Vanburen, Ben Hupp, and Donald Watkins.
Those are current trustees, yes.
Okay.
What do you have those for?
I just have a list. I just have a book of Licking County Township Association rosters.
Sure. In the past,
all the townships in Licking County, and then who is the current.
Sure, those are current.
Elected officials. So I just wanted to see if those were still the current.
Yes, they are. My company has helped sponsor that book a few times in the past, so I'm familiar with the book. Plus, my name's been in it before too.
Okay, you are going to say the book is sending compliments to the following supporters. Who are you?
I don't think we did it this time around.
Oh, okay.
In the past we have, so I know the book.
Okay.
But just another question: if a public entity contracts with you, and if somebody asks you for a copy of the contract, will you provide it, or do you force them to go back to the entity to ask for it?
They have to get that from the entity.
Because it is a public record, regardless of who holds it.
Yes, that's correct. The public records request goes to the government entity.
Okay.
Because that's where the law lies.
So if I can't get it, then I'll have to contact the prosecutor, as I've had to do in the past.
Okay, I was going to say, I wouldn't think there would be a reason they wouldn't provide that for you.
There's never been a reason they failed to do it, but they have failed to do it. But, at this point, the people they've contracted on behalf of have seen nothing. So, obviously, we need to see the contract that they've done on our behalf.
Yeah, I'm going to make a phone call to one of the trustees. Who's the president, the board president?
Vanburen is your president.
Okay.
What do you need to know?
I'm just going to ask him, about the notice for bids when they ran.
You're going to find out why you didn't get it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, notified, although, again, if it was publicly advertised, they fulfilled their legal requirement, but I would have just thought, they would have wanted to do the best they could and the most they could to make sure they got as many competitive bids as possible.
I would think so, too, on behalf of being one of those residents that's forced to take a service. You would think they would at least try to get the best service for us.
Yes, and knowing that they also are very close to our suburban landfill.
Definitely. Now, I understand. Again, I'm talking without seeing the contract, but it's been explained that we're still allowed to haul our own. So
probably, yeah. So that might be an option for you to continue to take it, to suburban yourself.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your time.
Without seeing the contract, I don't know.
Right. That's only Big O has seen that, and possibly 3 trustees if they read it. But I appreciate your time and getting me that information. I'll follow up and let you know where you can see that ad. I'll probably get more information to you than the trustees will.
All right. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.